Well, we made it to 2019. I'm not sure how we did it, but it's Vlogaday 900. Keep doing what you're doing. If we're still here, keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Good morning. It's the second day of 2019, and I want to take the time to actually talk about goals today. My goals, how I'm setting up my goals, how I'm formulating them, how I'm thinking about them. But I need some bottles first. So I'm going to go buy some bottles, but I also need to get some work done before I buy the bottles. So I'm going to go sit in one of my favorite coffee shops and work for a little bit. And then we'll get some bottles, and then we'll talk about it. Hopefully, 2019 goes as well for us as it did for my flowers here, because they somehow managed to survive while I was gone in India. I gave them enough water and kept them close to the nice warm window, and they're still here. That's great. Tougher than I thought. So keeping them alive, which is really nice. Actually, I should probably bring them inside now that I'm back. I left them outside so that they'd actually get sunlight. But now that they're out there, that's neither here nor there. We'll figure it out. I also just want to get away from the drilling noises, which you might be hearing. They're making Swiss cheese out of a wall somewhere. No idea what they're doing. So let's go get some work done, and then we'll talk about goals for 2019, how I'm approaching it, and I hope that somehow it's helpful for you as you approach your own goals. And if it's not helpful, that's fine. You've got this. You're gonna do fine without me. Don't worry about it. I need coffee. Let's go. It's the beginning of the month. I have to recharge my Navigo. Alright, we're back. Oh, I just missed the train. Is it love? Is it love? Is it love? Got a little bit of work done and good conversation with Jeff, the owner of Fringe. One of my favorite coffee shops in town by far. Love it. And he's on board for the future plans, which we're getting closer to. I had a couple good conversations online about it too. So progress is being made. I'm excited and continue to work on that stuff. Get lunch along the way, probably eat lunch at home. A very exciting work day, as we all have. Oh, and I need to buy those bottles so we can talk about goals and stuff for the future. Need to remember to do that. I'll do that when I get lunch. We'll figure this out. Fast forward to bottle time. I decided to stop here, actually. I walked by, it's only been open for like 2 months. Au lieu de, they promised beer and pizza and tapas, but the beer and pizza, that's all they needed. They had me at that, so thought I'd come in for lunch, try it out. If I like it, I'll put it on my master, and then away I go. There's a really nice light crust, and the sauce is pretty tasty. There's something about it that tastes like very American, actually. I don't know how to describe it, but it's tasty if you're in the neighborhood. It seems very worth it to me. And okay, now fast forward to bottle time. Bottle time. We started with these yesterday, or 2 days ago. Went over these. Agnar's Box is the book that I've been working on for way too long. Have revised multiple times, have tried to sell, and haven't been able to sell, which is just the way these things go. We're not gonna give up on it entirely, but this is like the lowest priority bottle out of all of them because I have other stuff that I want to be doing right now, I'm focusing on, and while I want to get that done and sold, it's on the list. The other one that we went over was the Drop 20. This one I pretty much have to start completely over on because India made me fat. It was so delicious, and also because I haven't been running very much, and also because I just fell off the horse. Let's just be honest. And sometimes we fail in our goals. I have lost a lot of weight before. This is my second attempt to lose a little bit more weight, and it's just hard to get back into. So I'm gonna approach this one a little bit differently. We're gonna keep this one because hopefully we get there, but I'm gonna approach it a little bit differently by making another goal that's tied in. I wanna make sure that I'm running. I wanna motivate myself to exercise. I was very inspired by a post my sister put out recently when she talked about wanting to be good at the little things. Just focusing on small disciplines, to be fully present and as good as possible at the things that she just needs to get done. To be there and to do things well. I want to approach this year in that same way, so it's kind of messing with my head to try and combine both things, but what I want to do is pop this bottle once I've run 600 miles this year. I feel like 600 miles is a good goal. It's quite the jump from last year. I only ran 375 miles, I think, this last year. But I just wasn't very consistent. I didn't run very much when I was traveling, and there was a period over the summer where I just completely fell off the horse. So having a divisible number where I know, okay, I need to run 12 miles each week. That's an average of 3 runs a week. If I'm running about 4 miles per run, if I can get some longer runs in there, this is something that I think is very attainable and will hopefully keep me motivated, especially when I'm traveling. And if I'm running consistently, then there's a better chance that I'll be able to do the drop 20 as well. I want to get to a mindset and a place where I'm exercising consistently, because once that's in place, then as soon as you dive into the dietary aspect of it, your body's already up and running and ready to just burn through some fat. So obviously the biggest component with losing weight is watching what you eat, but exercise is really important as well, and I want to make sure that I'm in good shape. So that's 600 miles of running. Another one that I want to get on top of, I've been talking about the game lately, and I'm going to get to the game here soon. It's going to have multiple steps to it. There's going to be what I talk about here in the near future. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll actually be able to share what's going on, and that'll be the first stage, and then there's a second stage and a third stage. And the third stage is when we'll pop this bottle. So we'll pop this bottle once the third stage is launched. That's still kind of a secret, so it's kind of, this is a little bit anticlimactic. I can't really tell you what all is going on with this bottle yet, but it's going on the wall or on the stairs for the moment, and you'll know soon enough. I promise. You'll know soon enough. This one scares me. This is a big thing that I really want to do well, and I've been thinking about for years, like ever since I first lived in Paris. I've been thinking about doing what I'm going to try and do this year with your help, hopefully. So this one's very, very codependent. Like, I want to do this, and I think it'll be really fun, and I think that it'll make anyone's trip to Paris better and more fun, but I can't do it alone. So I hope that you'll be a part of it. We'll talk more about that as time goes. And last but not least, speaking of codependency, I thought about doing a Patreon goal again, and I need to be doing a better job of encouraging and pushing my Patreon. But I figured, well, this is YouTube. We're all about the YouTubes here. We need to get to the next level. So 50,000 subscribers. I got a fancy box of champagne for you guys specifically, whether or not you're a patron of mine. If you're just hanging around watching my videos, I appreciate it so much, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing, then we'll get closer to opening this bottle of champagne this year. My subscription rate has slowed down over the last few months. It's not stalled, but it's reduced, and I think that's seasonal. I think a lot of it's because people mostly discover me because they're looking for Paris, and hopefully they stick around for me. I'm hoping that this year, as people discover me, as people come to Paris, as people visit, that the jump to 50,000 subscribers isn't unreasonable. And no matter what, it would just be exciting. The more people that I can share my content with, the more people that can be part of the conversation, the more people that can be hanging out and drinking champagne with me, the better. So 50,000 seems like a reasonable goal. It sounds kind of outlandish, but sounds like a reasonable goal for 2019. As reasonable as it can be. I don't know, that it does seem crazy. If we make it I'll definitely pop this bottle. So there we have it. 2019's goals. Sell Agner's box, drop 20 pounds, run 600 miles, launch and truly launch the game, and 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Those all sound doable yet crazy at the same time. Like, none of those are easy. None of those are easy. And I'm hoping that we can get at least 3 of them again this year. That's a good win percentage. If I can get 3 of those 5 goals down this year, perfect. If these bottom 2 are not in those, I might have to throw away the bottles because I don't know if the corks are gonna last. And they're also really cheap, and who knows if they actually last multiple years or not. I don't know. How about you? What are your goals for 2019? What are you setting out to do? What do you hope to accomplish? What are the challenges? And if I can issue a challenge, I think that for me, what's really important about these bottles, like I have a lot of small goals, a lot of things that I want to get done, a lot of projects, a lot of steps to get to other things. And I could list them all out and actually have a lot of them written down. But for me, these things are bigger, longer term goals. They're things that I'm not going to get to quickly. They're things that I'm not even sure how to get to or like how to accomplish. And there's a really high likelihood that I fail at them. But that's also why I think that they're deserving of a champagne bottle. Because if my goals aren't big and if they aren't likely to fail and if I'm not going to grow or be challenged in doing them, then they're not really worth the time and effort that it takes to write on a champagne bottle. I don't know if that's an overly dramatic way of putting that or not, but you get the idea, right? Like, this is really cool and I'm really looking forward to popping some of these, but I want to really earn them and I want to push myself. I want to challenge myself. I want to aim as high as I can, within reason. Obviously, I don't want to aim towards things that are impossible, but I want to aim as high as I can and hold myself to the highest possible standards, because even if I fail at that, I'm going to learn and grow a lot along the way, and those failures are going to count towards something, because failing in and of itself is not a bad thing. And that is a lesson that has been hard learned for me, is that I used to struggle a lot with the idea of failing, specifically because I thought it was a very bad thing. I hope that your 2019 is off to a rocking start. For those of you who had a good 2018, I'm really excited for you. I hope it keeps going. And for those of you who had a really difficult 2018, I feel you. I've been there, and I'm probably not in the specific way that yours was rough, but I hope that your 2019 is nothing but fruitful, and that it's an upward swing for all of us in one way or another. And I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for the first day of the rest of your life, aka get to work. Let's get out there. And I'm gonna go for a run now, because I have 600 miles to run ahead of me, and that's a lot of miles. And I'm gonna try and beat my dad on the leaderboard this year. That's another goal that I didn't put on a bottle. But Dad, we're gonna keep score. We're gonna keep score, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna take that leaderboard, and I'm gonna crush it. See you guys tomorrow.